Hello.
You went on mute. Unmute
Hello.
yourself.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. You should have worked. It's StreamYard messing me about. So I do apologise about that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Casually FC. We're here for the midweek show. My name's Andrew, the Winter Surfer, here with Real Chris. How you doing?
I am doing good. We had some great rain this week, so yeah, all better. Back to our normal weather.
Have you had rain? I haven't had rain here yet.
No rain at all. I've had a lot of it now. Yeah, a lot of rain's happened here. You know, around near Wales. So yeah, it's all good. No heat waves.
Yeah, stupid heat waves. And by Prime, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling in bed. Hopefully this is going to be a good stream talking about our transfer window. Just get me a director of football, man. I don't care about all these under 16 kids we're linked with and signing Aubameyang. Just get me a director.
That's very true. That's very true. But yeah, that's what we're here to talk about. We'll see the latest Chelsea news. Marshall won't be here this evening. He's working. We may be joined by some others during the show. But before we go ahead, like and share the video. Please get the likes up. Helps with the algorithm. And also, if you haven't done already, please subscribe. Very close to 1.3k subs, but a couple away. Looking to obviously get more and more. So just help us out with that. And if you wanna donate, it's up to you. You can donate by putting a super chat in. But we'll look at your messages. But yeah, okay. So we got to Blue Lounge. Thank you very much, sir. Hope you're doing well. Go subscribe to their channel as well. Just started up again, so that's all good. Thank you, sir. Let's start off with then the news that's happened. We're going to start off with it's called much dismay in parts of the Chelsea fan base. Anthony Gordon, the Everton player, apparently bids of 45 million not accepted. Then today or yesterday, reports of the deal won't actually be 45 million. It will be somewhere near about 25 million plus players or player. Chris, start with you. What do you think of actually us going after Anthony Gordon? And then if there is cash plus players, what players do you think would go to Everton?
We're with Gordon, okay. Like it's not like we've watched him a lot because he's what, 18 years old?
No,
is he not?
20,
He looks. Is he 20?
I'll look up.
He looks like he's just came out of youth or something. I don't know, but
he literally did, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know too much about him, but I have heard like an Everton. I don't know if it's like, you know how like people say when a player maybe leaves, like salty, but I've heard an Everton player like fan talk about
21,
him as well. Like
21.
21. He looks like he just came out of youth or something.
It'll be 22. It'll be 22.
He is an attacker though, right? Like he is an attacker.
Yes, he's
because I heard like this Everton fan on a space and everything saying he doesn't really get a lot of goals and assists. So
Everton.
Yeah, I know. It's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's true. Like, you know, it's not a great team. It's fine relegation last season.
Yeah.
But he's not a player who excites me. But like, if Thomas Tuchel, I'm not sure if Thomas Tuchel really wants him or Todd Bowley. It might be a mixture of both because it just seems like an odd signing if we do sign him because this one came out of nowhere a few days ago or a week ago, whatever it was. But yeah, like. Will he be a good player? I don't know, but like he is a right winger slash left winger or left winger slash right winger. He can play centre. He can be good for like squad rotation. He's definitely not gonna start. He's definitely not gonna be started at the club. He's gonna be fighting for his position like most of them. So yeah, but what player I think would we try swap for him? I'm hoping Alonso and 20 million. That'd be pretty good. Get rid of Alonso.
Alonso's going to Barcelona.
If they can afford him, like they're struggling.
Apparently, they only need to register Koundé to.
Okay, then it's not Alonso, but
don't run Alonso. Just get him out of the country. Let's go back to Spain. Hello, Nick Blue.
You know what'd be typical though? If we actually got rid of Alonso to a Premier League club, he would score against us, knowing it.
Probably.
Yeah, that would probably be it.
Let's be serious though. What do you think about the players any players that you think could go to Everton?
From us, Ross Barkley. Maybe. We still got Ross Barkley, right? Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, I can maybe see if I'm gonna give a good estimate, maybe 25 million with Ross Barkley. One might sweeten the deal. Like Ross Barkley is a more experienced player who can, he did it okay at Aston Villa. So yeah, going to Everton, go back home, maybe becomes a better player at Everton compared to last time, and not as injury. But yeah, the player I think maybe is Ross Barkley. I'm not sure about you, but Ross Barkley seems more realistic to
Well,
me.
I'll say who I think it is if Prime doesn't say it. Not that Prime has to say it, but he might not say it because he might think it was.
I'm not sure if there's any rumours of players. I haven't followed it up too much, so I'm just going.
It's not really much, no. I haven't accepted really. I haven't accepted the terms of the deal. But Prime, what do you think about Gordon and the possible players involved in this cash deal?
Gordon, I like this guy. I watched him last season, throughout last season at Everton and stuff. In my opinion, he was one of their best players. Now again,
wasn't hard.
Probably, relegation battle and stuff. People want to rate Richarlison for 16 mil. Gordon's better than Richarlison in my opinion.
I think there's more upside, definitely. He's only 21.
Yeah, he's a good forward. When you look at some of the chances and stuff he created last season for Everton, if Calvert-Lewin stayed fit a lot more, maybe that could have helped them. Play across the forward line, left wing, right wing. This season, and it's only been 2 games to be fair, but Frank's played him as a 9, or I guess maybe as a false 9 or a pressing striker because Calvert-Lewin has been out injured last season. As soon as Frank came into the job, I watched Everton a lot last season, particularly because I like Everton as a club, or at least used to. They're not run properly anymore. And particularly when Frank got hired in, I wanted to see what he could do. Pick up the Frank lovers massive. As soon as he came in, Frank started playing a back 5, and Anthony Gordon was playing right wing back a lot over Patterson, and Seamus Coleman was either on the bench or playing right centre back. He's a good player. Listen, is 40 mil a lot or 45 mil a lot? Yes, I guess, but I don't look. You guys know I never talk about price tag. I only talk about the quality of the player. And the quality he possesses, he could. As of right now, I'd say he probably would start for us in the forward line, maybe.
You reckon?
But assuming we transition this, because Havertz and Mount aren't really doing anything right now. But assuming we transition the squad to be, of a title-winning level.
I want to say something to you about it.
Yeah, but we can play.
I'm trying to, because you're lagging out.
Left.
Prime is lagging hard. I'm trying to.
Hold on, yeah, he can play 10. He can play 10. Ties at right wing back, and I don't mind him.
Can he play right
being
wing back?
As
lagging out a bit, Prime.
Yeah, I want to say he didn't really get a lot of numbers last season, and he won't solve our problems for numbers up front. I can't lie. How many goals he got last season? He got 4.
I'll come back.
All right, mate. All right.
I'll come back.
Yeah, I never see him play right wing back like people say, or hear him play right wing back. I see him he can play left wing, right wing, and centre forward. Right wing, maybe people are saying right wing back because technically, right wing back for Chelsea is right mid. I think when you see Ruben at right mid, right wing back, he's playing a right mid role, so maybe that's what they're thinking. But yeah, for that, I don't know if I see him for numbers though, helping our attack because he only got 4 goals for each. But then again, it's only Everton. He might do a lot better with a better team with Sterling and all that. Reece James, Cucurella, go on.
Don't you think that he might not be bought to play at right wing back if we keep Ruben?
Yeah. I agree.
He might not be.
Look how many attackers we're getting rid of.
Yeah, exactly. He might be. Exactly. I'm thinking. I don't think if we keep Ruben to play there, and you get Fofana, right? Yeah. I don't know if Gordon is necessarily will be picked for right wing back. I think that's just an easy thing because we were because apparently we were going to buy Rafinha and play him at right wing back, but I don't know about that as well. So it's
Yeah,
like,
according to who?
whoa. I think that was just the assumption, right? Because the report was, Tuchel's looking for a wide player so he can also play at right wing back, and it's like we're getting rid of. He doesn't like this attack. Minus probably Havertz and
he needs a Aubameyang in this attack before that.
Yeah, minus Havertz and Sterling, and if you want to put Mount there as an attacker, but apart from them, he doesn't like this attack. That's why you see Pulisic, Ziyech, like Werner, and he's gone.
Yeah.
Right, prime your back.
Yeah.
Bully on, mate. All right,
I was trying to say to you,
so.
Prime, he doesn't really get numbers though for attack.
No, but again, it's an Everton team that last season, Calvert-Lewin was injured for basically the whole season, and Richarlison does not get numbers like that. Richarlison is not this goal scorer everyone thinks that he is.
No,
Gordon doesn't have anything to feed on. But what the stuff Gordon did create, and the chances he did try and make, like he's very good putting in crosses in. He's good with a through ball. He can run with the ball and dribble. He's very, very good when he's pressing, and that's something that when we're playing well, and our forwards are playing well, and we're clicking. That's something we do a lot. We press intensely. He makes good decisions in the forward line when needs be. He's playing right wing back. He can hug the touchline. He can beat a man. He can put crosses in. Again, I'm not saying maybe as of right now, maybe debatably he could start, but in a year's time or 2 seasons time, when this squad is of a level where we're saying we will win the league, we will win the Champions League, I don't expect him to be a starter, obviously. But as a backup player, if I don't know, if Tuchel wants to do something tactically in a big game and play Reece James at right centre back, I trust Gordon to play right wing back over Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
I don't know if you heard what me and Chris were talking about. I think with if you buy Gordon and with Ruben playing right wing back and thus getting rid of like loads of the attackers, I think he's being more bought for the attacking side than the right wing back. So at the moment, than the right wing back side for this season.
Oh no, yeah, he can play both. That's my point.
Right? No, but what I'm saying is,
has he ever played wing back?
No, but I think
I'm not sure.
He played from when Frank came in until the end of the season. I don't have the exact stats, but from what games I was watching, he played right wing back for, I would say maybe a third of the games from when Frank came in, and that's me doing a rough guesstimation. It could be probably a bit more. Like he's saying right wing back as a backup. We still need a proper backup as right wing back, but if James gets injured again, like what happened, or he gets a Chilwell type injury, I trust him to play there over Aspie, who's finished, over Cho, who doesn't want to play there, and over Ruben, who will have 2 good games and then fall off a cliff again. And we'll also get
a bad game with right wing back.
I mean, I'm just saying it's like at the moment, I think the right wing back would be like obviously without injuries coming into it, might be seen as sort of a last position job. Do you know what I mean? Because Because at the moment, because we'll talk about another player. I'll tell you why, because I'll go into further discussion about another player that we're linked to later on. But I mean, now what do you think about obviously news of what do you think? Let's be logical now. Chris was saying Alonso, even though he's going to Barcelona. But let's think about what do you think the players are realistically that would go there? I mean, let's set who we don't like and anything like that. Let's just realistically looking at the squad who Tuchel is basically deemed surplus to requirements.
How many as well? I can't say Mendy or Chalobah.
No, you can't. You have to be realistic and logical, please.
Okay, no. Okay, being realistic. I don't see Ross. Honestly, I don't see Ross Barkley. Like Frank barely played him when he was here. Like I don't. Like I like Barkley because he's Nigerian and stuff, I guess. But like realistically, nah. Again, Batshuayi, Frank was interested in Batshuayi on loan, but there's a reason why he didn't force the issue, make it important, especially when he didn't starter.
But if you notice there, Prime, about a week and a half ago, he was linked to Wolves, but that story has died down a lot now, and now with Calvert-Lewin out for a few weeks.
Yeah, but again, you say that, like, I've read some reports today about Broha apparently not in training or anything past
Yeah.
couple of days.
Mm.
I don't want him to go because I love Broha, but Everton actually need a striker. And if I'm Everton manager, if I'm Frank, I'd rather have Broha than Batshuayi. But I don't want it to be a thing where we sell Broha. I
No,
want it
send him
to,
out alone. He's got 4 years left.
yeah.
Contract.
So that's the
Send him
thing
out
where Everton, say you get, it'll probably be like, I don't want these players to go, but it'll probably be like not Batshuayi, probably be like Broha and Gilmore on like say 25 mil plus 5 to 10 mil in add-ons. Plus, you can have Batshuayi, or not Batshuayi, you can have Broha and Gilmore on a season loan.
Yeah,
or
I
something
mean,
like that. Yeah.
you could even quite sweeten the pot. Right, Billy Gilmore's only got 2 years left, so 1 year, and then Broha's got 4 years left. You could even say 2 years
For him, yeah.
Have him on 2 year line because
Yeah, but the thing is,
go
those aren't the two players I would like. If it was me and I was Tuchel or Bowley, whoever who's in charge, I would say have Gallagher because Gallagher would actually suit Frank, and Gallagher doesn't suit the way we play. And like, I don't rate Gallagher highly, but there is maybe something in him, and maybe send him out on another loan until maybe next season when we transition to playing this 4-3-3. He actually has a space in his team because right now he's not good enough to play in the double pivot, and he's not clinical enough in his decision making and goal scoring ability to play in the forward line, the front three. So he's just surplus requirements playing here.
I don't surplus requirements. I don't agree with because obviously our midfield issues and the Frankie De Jong thing. I don't think will actually happen, but I think it's going to go down to the last 2 days of the transfer window. Billy Gilmore, I actually saw linked to Brighton this evening, which I think might be actually better for him than going to Everton. Because Brighton played very good football. So I'd rather see Billy Gilmore develop there, not really be in a relegation battle because Brighton won't be. They might go on a patch of run where they lose a few games, but I don't think they'll be in a relegation battle.
Cool. Does that mean Casiedo is going to
Arsenal? No, wait. They can't do that, right? Because they've signed Cole online.
What do you mean?
Well, how many loans is it between? Is it only one loan between, or is it like players below 20? I don't know the rules. Someone can look that up.
What's happened?
I want to know the loan rules this season because I'm sure it was only one between Premier League clubs, one loan player or something from the same club.
Shit, yeah. They've changed the rules.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it under?
It's to stop Chelsea basically over loaning.
Yeah. Do that. Panky Jose goes 24 says Brighton have Cole on loan. So, yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
You know what it is?
The actual rules.
If Bielsa, I know you don't rate him, Andrew, but if Bielsa was still at Leeds, now with Calvin Phillips gone, I would say Gilmore should go there. Because they play in it. Okay, relax. He's not.
He's
Frank.
A bum, man. He's a bum.
Frank's a bum.
He's an Argentinian Frank.
Listen, he's the godfather of football. Let's not do this.
No, he's not.
Who's an Argentinian Frank?
He's not.
Okay, what?
He's not the godfather. He's the go-daddy of football. That's what he is, man. Not the godfather. He's a go-daddy.
All right, agree to disagree. My point being, they play an attractive style of football.
That's a coward's way out, Prime. That's a coward's way out.
No, I just don't want to fight with you. Anyway, my point being, they play an attractive style of football, and the way he would have been used, would have probably suited us. And it's him adapting to the Prem, playing in the Prem week in, week out. But then again, Leeds would have been in a relegation battle, so it's the same thing as when he's there at Norwich. I just personally think, look, go. I said this last summer. Why is he going to Norwich? Go abroad. Go Germany. Go Italy. Go Spain. Get an actual, because Ampadu did that. He had his loan at Leipzig. He had his loan last season at Venezia, and he developed as a player. That's what I would do.
I'd like him to go to France because it's the same physical type of league.
Yeah,
popping him up. That's what I like. I'd like him to go there. Somewhere in France. There's bound to be a team in France who would take him. You know what I mean? Toughen up, make him tougher. It's the same. It's the physical. It's the players from France. Are the quickest to adapt to this league. High percentage wise, not 100%, but very high percentage wise from any other league. The French and the English is so physically nearly the same. That's why the French players, all the players that come from the French league, a high percentage of them do very, very well. Just look into the rules. Prem clubs can't take on multiple players from the same. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
But then, so I presume the players would be. I presume I'm going to say Batshuayi as a permanent.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Billy Gilmore as a loan. That's what I think. Because I think what's going to happen, because I saw this story last week, that the club, if they don't want players hanging around, if they can't get rid of them, and they don't want them hanging around if they're not going to be used. So anyone maybe in their last year contract, they're willing to pay off out their contract. And that includes someone like Ross Barkley, I believe. So I believe it will be between 25, 35 million plus Batshuayi as a permanent and maybe Billy Gilmore on loan for a year. That's what I believe. Or
that'd be a good deal for them.
Or Broho on loan. Doesn't matter.
I can't lie, because they lost a few attackers. Getting Batshuayi and Billy Gilmore on loan and 25 million for just Gordon, I think that's a good deal for them because, let's be honest, Gordon isn't a wonder kid.
Or they say no and it's straight up 45, 50.
I honestly think 50 million is just crazy. I know it's a normal price today. It's like market and everything, thanks to Neymar's price, but it's just ridiculous for Gordon. Gordon's not like nothing
50 is
special.
a new 30. That's what it is.
He should be 30. That's like 10 million.
Well, for Neymar, it would have been 15 million. Before Neymar, it would have been 15 million tops.
If we give Everton my boys, Broha or Gilmore,
your boys.
I'm gonna have to back Frank not to get relegated, man, and I don't want to do that.
No.
Why don't you want to do Lampard
Everton
do well?
Everton aren't getting relegated. They'll sack Frank and put a proper manager in there and get saved.
No, because once Frank gets sacked, Gilmore and Broha won't play.
They will.
Actually, that's not a fully true number because remember Gilmore, he won't play under that. Well, I know it's not like Frank Lampard's situation, but it's depending what manager because the manager at Norwich, like whatever Billy Gilmore was under at first, he got sacked and the new manager went in charge and Billy Gilmore started getting minutes.
And Dean Smith came in. So.
Yeah,
and they got relegated. Maybe if they didn't play Gilmore, they wouldn't have got relegated.
They was in worse form before.
Norwich, bro.
They literally got man of the match against United. It was nuts.
I'm joking. I rate Gilmore. Relax and joke.
I know you said you're a boy, but
yeah. Hey,
I don't know. Another loan would be good for him.
If Gilmore stinks on loan, I've got a slander name ready for him.
He needs to go on another loan, probably.
Anyway,
anyone can get it. I've got a slander name for you, Chris, as well. Anyone can get it.
Okay.
Another slander name. I've had a lot by Alex, though.
Let's move on. Next player highly talked about is Aubameyang. Who? Aubameyang what? Aubameyang. So that'd be fun if we get him. That's going to be done.
I love it.
I'm going to leave that one.
What have you read?
No, I'm going to leave that one. That's good, man. That's good. Anyway, so Aubameyang. Further talks, I think, planned tomorrow. See what the wages are going to be and length of contract. If he does move from Barcelona and he wants to go to Chelsea after Man United inquired about him, apparently. Big up, Marshall. No problem, mate. Smash the lights, guys, as he said. You want to be a mod there? That's good. Try and be a mod there, bro. It's all good. And thank you for tuning in to us anyway. So I do appreciate that. But Aubameyang this week, apparently he wants somewhere near 30 million euros, which we're not going to pay 30 million euros, but 33 euros. But Aubameyang coming in, Tuchel obviously worked with him previously, but we're talking a very long time ago, 5 years. I often say that this Aubameyang deal reminds me of the Eto'o deal in 13-14. Sort of like a striker to get us to the next season before we then go and get the actual forward that we want. But what's up with you, Prime? All joking aside, with taunting Arsenal fans, do you think Aubameyang comes in?
I don't know. I've been thinking about this, especially since last week. Igal and you on the terrace talking about it and stuff, and I'm thinking at Arsenal, I know he fell apart near the end, but a lot of it was kind of Arteta and stuff.
Wing back. Yeah,
being played out of position. he started well at Barca, but then kind of faded. But again, like he wasn't really being used properly.
Yeah.
Like I've never rated Aubameyang as a player all round. However, I never denied he was a world class goal scorer.
Yeah.
My thing is kind of the same thing with Sterling, even though maybe to a lesser extent, I guess. It's these chances we're creating for them. Is it going to be a thing where we only create 3 chances a game, and then they end up missing a quote unquote sitter, and we end up blaming them? You know, like so long as we're creating like proper chances, and I know people are going to say, "Well, we create chances." Compared to the other, what was it, 17 teams in the league? Yes, fine, sure, we create chances. But comparing it with Man City, with Liverpool, Bayern Munich, PSG, Real Madrid, we're not on that level. And so long as Cucurella, James, Havertz, Mount, whoever, they actually rise up, Gordon, they actually rise up and start improving. Maybe get De Jong in midfield. Jorginho starts playing those forward passes more and stuff like that. And fine, I know Aubameyang will bang goals. I know Sterling will bang goals as well. So, but it's like, again, only a 2-year deal, maybe a 3-year deal. We sell him after the 2 years.
Yeah.
Fine. I guess I don't mind. He's also vibes in the squad. He's a character. He's a leader. But I'm just not. It's just not. You know.
I guess
it's not the most attractive of signings, I guess. But I'm not stupid. I understand the positives of it.
No. I like I said, I think it might be looked as a deal to get us through to next season, when we can go get focused then solely on the one forward that everyone wants to get, or maybe like an Nkunku or something like that, or whoever pops up from the World Cup or something like that, or you know, or when the DOF is installed, a deal that works out that way. But it's not even about the creating the chance. It's just taking that one more chance that we need to always take, like to go when we're 1-0 up to go 2-0 up, right? To go when we're 2-1 up to go 3-1 up. You know, like on Sunday, which is very true, context aside. But it's just that. It's just that. Maybe he's that. We're creating no chance. We're not asking him to win 4 or 5-0 every week. We'd love to do that, but it's not realistic. It's just making sure that we're comfortable in games. Like if we're to sign him before Sunday and he's on the bench and comes on and we're 1-0 up against Leeds, but it's a struggle. He comes on, makes it 2-0, and then it's comfortable after that. It's something like that. Do you know what I mean? Just to get us comfortable. But Chris, what are your thoughts on Aubameyang?
Like I said, when I first heard Aubameyang, I wasn't really favouring it, but I was thinking, wow, we have a dead attack. Like, we miss a lot of chances. Even just looking at Tottenham's game, if that was Aubameyang on that cross from Reece James, he's putting that in. He just directs that going in, and it's just like points that like that what's going to cost us. And Aubameyang has scored more in our attack. He scored, I think, 20 goals all comps last season. With you know, with like the whole situation with Arsenal and then moving to Barcelona, he still scored 20 goals more in our whole attack. Lukaku scored 15, I think. So
yeah,
I would like for like 27 million. I would definitely take him. Improves our attack for sure. Yeah, I think Tuchel might work with him pretty well. He's done it before. Him, Sterling, I can see a good partnership. Sterling's got great movement. Aubameyang did well. When I used to watch him at Arsenal, his press was still good. Even when it's his later days, before he left, I thought his press was still good. I'm not sure about Barcelona because I didn't really watch him at Barcelona, but yeah, I would take it because I'm just sick of the chances we're missing. Timo Werner, people blamed him. Kai Havertz is missing them. It doesn't matter who. Like, we can have Brojo up there. He might be missing a lot of chances because he doesn't score a lot of goals either himself. So bring in Aubameyang because we're running out of options. Like, there's no really striker out there now we can get.
Yeah.
So for a year or two, I still wouldn't even mind him for 2 years. Like, just have him for 2. But a year would be great.
Yeah, I think it all depends on the development of keeping Broja if he develops, and then or loaning him out and he comes back and he's played well. But I think it's more. I'm sort of in the mind of ticking us over till next season until whatever options may pop up. You know, someone in the Premier League from a smaller club might start banging in 20, 30 goals or something. or someone at the World Cup that we haven't known about might pop up, or
Yeah.
when we get a director of football, they might know, that we are unaware of.
We are still trying to get a director of football. We got rejected.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we got rejected not because of project. It's just that Michael Edwards wants more time off.
Yeah,
Essentially,
but
and we're looking to put people in January instead of next summer. So
exactly, it's the same thing we already knew about Michael Edwards. He wants to come. If he does go to a club, he wants to go in the summer. So it's like it's nothing really new.
The dressing room. Well, that's Tuchel's job to talk to him about the dressing room before he even joins. To say what and also of him knowing Aubameyang, that's fine, but he really hasn't coached him for like 4.5 years, or so forth. So it's not like we don't know what the difference is between then and now. But the thing is that Tuchel has spoken to every single one of the players that have come in so far. So I'm sure he knows and lays down the law about what to expect, what he won't, what he doesn't want, what he wants, and what they must do to integrate themselves into the squad. Stuff like that. So listen, I'm sure that'll be.
How did he affect the Arsenal dressing room? I don't even still know really. Like,
I don't know. There's nothing.
It was still going okay with him scoring goals and everything, and then I didn't see any really attitude on the pitch.
When he left, he was still their top scorer in all comps or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I didn't see any attitude problems on the pitch either when I watched it.
He didn't really affect it. Like near the end, it was like there was a report he missed the flight for a game or something. That's because he was
rumors about
his
family
mom.
or something like that.
Yeah, again, it's the same sort of stuff. I remember when he was at Dortmund and the same stuff was coming out, the quote unquote bad behavior, disciplinary stuff. But when Arsenal fans bought him, they were saying stuff like, "Oh, it's not real, it's fake, yada yada yada." But I guess it's just context to everything. Like if he's kept happy, he's a big bonus to our dressing room. He keeps things, light and airy and jokey, and can get people to, like kind of in a way what Hazard did, or the effect David Luiz has. Those sort of players. So long as he's kept happy and as long as he's scoring goals, there's obviously not going to be a problem.
I think it was like you keep saying, it was like sort of the Eto'o effect in 13-14. It wasn't. He was winding down his career, but I think he scored like 12 to 15.
He got some sneaky goals as well. He did.
Yeah.
He got. Wait, did he get a hat trick against United? Doesn't remember. He got a hat trick. Yeah.
Scored against Arsenal. Scored against Spurs.
I like that a lot.
So I think it's more like that. Like I said, I think it's more to get us through to the next season. That's what I mean.
Next stage.
Because there's no real option. The only option is Haaland. Everyone's going to say, "Oh, Nunes," but at the moment, after 2 games, I'm glad we did.
The only option is Kane, and again, let's see how things end with Conte, please.
Okay.
Let's see how things end with Conte. Hey, stop! You ruined my De Jong dream. Stop! Leave me alone.
No. I listen. I think there's a possibility De Jong still happens. It's just going to go to the end of the transfer window. That's all. It's not.
I don't mind.
This week.
Deadline day madness.
No. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, there's like more chance of De Jong happening than Harry Kane ever happening. Yes, he turned Rudiger into a beast, but remember, Aubameyang is 33. Yeah, so
he's got like a year or 2 in him.
Yeah, he's got probably 2 years max left at the top. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's enough.
And then he starts becoming like a bench. We probably would be a bench player here in some games.
Is he going to be a starter?
Oh, Aubameyang.
I think he.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he would this season.
If you aren't out, like
No. I know how bad our attack is. Like I know it's maybe a bit of a stupid question, but considering his age, but then again, we play games like every 3 days or whatever. Like logically,
so I think from the international break, with all the competitions, Armageddon World Cup, we're playing nearly every 3 or 4 days. So it's bound to, if we get him in, I hope, and Tuchel, a smart guy, he will have to rotate.
Yeah.
Just to keep everyone fit.
Tuchel does like to rotate though.
Yeah, but he will have to for this because there's so many games in the 3 or 4 days. That cross from Reece to Kai. You guys think Alba would have finished that? I think he would have definitely got it. He would have definitely got it on target. Whether the goalkeeper saves it or not, I don't know. But he would have definitely got that on target. It wouldn't have gone wide.
But if the keeper saves it, fair enough. Like that's all you want. It's a striker have you don't with that shot, that cross here. You don't even need to put power into it. It's like a powerful cross.
Shin. It wasn't even his foot. It was his shin. So
I think what a positive Aubameyang, a happy Aubameyang. Yes, he scores it. I know it's all ifs anyway. But yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, Rudiger's about to turn. I think. He's 30, turning 31.
I thought he was 30 or 29, actually. I thought Rudy was 30,
Oh, no, sorry.
He's 29, Nick.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. Rudiger's 29. It's Koulibaly that's 31.
Yeah,
and I remember rivals saying Koulibaly 31, he's an old man, and Van Dijk's the same age.
Yeah, he's 29, Nick. He's turning 30 in March, man. He's turning 30 in March. But no, that's right. No, but I think the defenders one is fine, and I think this myth that Tuchel can't coach the forwards is sort of blown up a bit. They're just not good enough. Simple as that.
If they're struggling to shoot, that's not really down to a manager.
No,
that's down to you.
Yeah, but it's always not about the chance creation rate; it's the conversion rate. That's the problem.
Is he teaching Reece James to shoot better than our attackers then?
Yeah, and Koulibaly as well.
Yeah, Koulibaly, that volley. Our attack can actually take notes of our defenders half the time because Reece James, 1v1, scores it.
Rival fans, particularly Liverpool fans, the cheek to say Tuchel can't coach an attack when the same thing was said about Jurgen Klopp when he had Karius and Alberto Moreno that he can't coach a defense. Here's an interesting stat. From when Tuchel came in on his first Premier League game, January 27th, up until...
Thank you very much, Reece.
The January one, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt there. It's a check Pie's tweet. So apparently this is from Gerard Romero. As much as you don't like him, Chelsea have tabled a 22 million. Is that 22 million pound bid for Aubameyang? Apparently.
Yeah, probably.
That's from Gerard Romero. And as much as you don't like him, he has been pretty much spot on with everything concerning Barcelona. So
he has an inside scoop. He does.
Thank you very much, Reece. Thank you all still locking in with us, 27. If you haven't done so, like and share the video. Also, we're near to passing 1.3 subs, so if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please, obviously, follow both of these amazing guys here and myself if you want to as well. But, yeah, I mean, so what do you think about that? A £22 million from Aubameyang?
Worth it. 22 million. See, we're bidding 50 million for Gordon. Gordon, who's attacking. Yeah, he's younger. He's more investment, but 22 million for Aubameyang, that's nothing in today's market. Just take it. What's the worst going to happen? I don't know what his wages demand going to be. I'm hoping his wage is not above 350. I'm hoping it's around 300k, around there.
Well,
I know it won't matter if he scores a lot of goals first. I won't care, but
first of all, he's not getting 6 years like everyone else is.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, and also the contracts are more incentivized, I've read. So it's, I will say this. What was I going to say, actually? I've forgotten now.
Must have been a lie.
No, I've forgotten now. My train of thought. 22 million. What are you thinking, Prime, with that? Apparently, £22 million bid's gone in.
For Oba?
Yeah.
Okay, 22 mil. That's good. That's cheap.
Again, I'll tell you what I was going to say after you finish. Okay, no.
It's it's for me. It's the contract. If it's I doubt it'll be 1 year. If it's a 2-year deal,
yeah.
Pound sign. If it's a 2-year deal, maybe a 3-year deal, but we sell him after the second year, then I'm fine with. But
might be 22 million pounds and somewhere near 30 million euros, as I saw earlier. Or whatever the exchange rate.
Yeah, I think it's 30 million euros, yeah. Around there.
Bro, you know what it is for me. This creativity thing that we have is I've seen too many quality attackers, quality goal scorers especially, come to this team. Yeah, but I've seen too many quality goal scorers come to this team and we don't play to their strengths. Mayfair. Just
But I don't.
let's
think
not do the
it's-
same
I
thing with Aubameyang and Sterling.
I keep saying this. It's not the. I think he's different. It would be he plays different than Lukaku. We don't need that type of striker. It doesn't work. We need someone who can move a
Plus,
bit.
we paid 100 mil.
I'll move in and out, and it's more. I hate the term fluid, but we do. That he obviously likes a bit more of a fluid attack.
Lukaku is not the guy I was talking about.
No. Who are you talking about?
Lukaku's not the guy I was talking about.
Who are you talking about then?
Never mind. Let me not speak.
Who are you talking about? Go on.
I don't know.
I don't know who you were talking about.
Who?
Who?
Does he know? Werner.
I have no idea. Oh,
Werner.
shut up. Werner missed loads of chances. All this
But you say Werner
missed.
missed a load of
Shut
chances,
up,
so does
man.
everybody else in our attack. So
But
let's.
going back to
Bro.
Aubameyang, do you know how much?
At least we sold Werner.
Do you know how much? This is the deal at Barcelona. First of all, Barcelona didn't pay anything of a transfer fee to Arsenal, right? And also, Arsenal were paying his wages, right? Barcelona haven't actually paid any wages for this man.
Not yet.
No, I don't. Oh, last season, they might be started to now, but
Yeah.
they didn't at last season. And now they're getting close to 30 million euros for basically a player they have hardly spent a dime on.
Yeah, that's pretty good then.
Unbelievable. That's the type of unbelievable. Yeah. That's
Wait,
like
one
buying Morata and then still selling him for 60 million. Someone wants him. But what's great about Abba, he can play as left. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's all an interchange. Like whoever plays up front, Sterling, Obama, Mount, Sterling, Obama, Havertz, or whatever, whenever the interchange, it's more like that. Yeah, it was sort of a loan, but it wasn't. You know. No, you're wrong. They terminated his contract and Barcelona paid his wages. Are you sure? I'm sure I read that. I'm sure I read Arsenal fans keep saying that they didn't. I'm sure, like I've heard Lee Gunner say that they didn't. I'm sure I heard Lee Gunner say they didn't pay. Arsenal paid his wages, or it might have been someone else. I'm sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They hardly paid anything for it.
Yeah.
And they're going
They didn't pay a fee for him.
No, definitely no fee. Definitely no fee. But yeah, okay. So Aubameyang, apparently £22 million bid has gone in, which is somewhere near 30 million, which is what they want. 30 million euros, which is what they wanted. If it's happening, it's happening, isn't it? Like I said, it's more. Christian Mara just liked to tweet suggesting he's injured due to Mark Rella kicking him, but he'll be back sooner than later. Yeah, probably hand injury for you grabbing his hair, you bastard. That's what it was.
Wait, Cucurella's injured?
No. Romero's injured. The Spurs
Oh, that
one.
bastard. Probably what Kai Havertz did to him. He literally sent his whole body inside of him.
That's funny. Someone tweeted, Casemiro is out for 4 months after fracturing his ribs, laughing about the Man United transfer room.
No one wants to go to United, man. No one.
But so that's Aubameyang. Apparently, we put in a £22 million bid. We don't know how late that story is or anything like that. But Oba more mobile than Lukaku, defo. Yeah. Also has history of TT. That's fine, but it's people can change, man. That's all I'm saying. It's worth it for 20 million or 25 million. Barca salary was promised to pay more this year. They paid him half contract, but promised to pay more. He was free. Thank you very much. Ravi, how are you, sir? Being with Andrew, Prime, and crew. So it's really only Chris. So you can just say Chris. Do you think Chelsea are strong enough to make top four? Yes, they are strong enough to make it top four. Don't care what anyone says. You know what I mean, but we'll move on. So the next one is Fofana. So apparently, it was rumoured he's very close to putting in a transfer request. He feels that the second bid was near enough to what he should be let go for. There's apparently a thing where they would like to sell him in 2023, but he wants to obviously leave now. We've agreed a deal. Permanent personal details were never going to be an issue. Apparently that is done. But Chris Fofana, do you think this is going to get done?
It's taken longer than I expected. He's doing the Declan Rice twerking now, isn't he? I've seen on my timeline he's liking every Instagram post of Chelsea, the new signings. He's handing in his requests now. He's a Chelsea fan, so he clearly wants Chelsea. Is it official that transfer request or just a rumor? What'd you say? I didn't hear it.
Rumor. It's a rumor.
So it's a rumor. I'm hoping it's true because he is a good player to have. A little bit pricey. What, 70 million? He's gonna be around that. So yeah, like it's a bit pricey, but we do need another sign back, I think, because I don't think we can rely just on Reece James or something like that. Just putting centre back a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, bring him in. I think he wants Chelsea. He's definitely liking a lot of like Instagram posts of Chelsea. So I think he definitely wants us, and we are definitely interested. It's just finding the fee for Chelsea and Leicester for 70 million. Once we figure out the fee, I think the rest will go out pretty smooth because he wants us and we want him.
Mm.
So yeah, yeah, like that. That's what I think about it.
No, I think you're right. I don't even think it's the price. I think it's the structure of the deal. I think it's like, how much are we going to pay up front?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Prime, what do you think? Do you think Fofana deal happens, or he puts in a transfer request?
Yeah, I think it does. It seems like we're like very, very close to doing it. So
yeah,
I like Fofana. He's a very good defender. He's got potential. When we like, I'm not saying this to really gas him up because I do rate him, but when we talk about like young defenders and stuff in the Premier League and in the world, this guy's been doing it for a couple of seasons now in the Prem at Leicester. It's only because he got injured where people are skeptical about how he's going to return from injury. And I am too, but we can't deny his quality. Is it a lot of money? Yeah, sure. But again, me personally, I don't look at price tag. I don't care. As long as the player is of quality, like really cares per se how much you're spending. But he is young. It'll be interesting how Tuchel, I guess, maybe protects him from that slightly, at least in the first season. But yeah, he'll be good. He'll suit playing in that back three. He's also a defender that's comfortable playing in a back two. Same with Koulibaly. So maybe that's something we might see this season, especially with Thiago Silva. We play so many games anyway, and especially now with World Cup mid-season. But
agreed.
Thiago Silva shouldn't be playing 2 games a week. Just my personal opinion, just based on his age and wanting to preserve him for certain big games. So there are certain times we end up playing a back three or a back two with Fofana and Koulibaly, or it's a back three. And I don't know, can Fofana play in the center? Or maybe it'd be Chalobah?
Can he play on the left?
Yeah, I'm not sure which of the two. But yeah, again, I like him. I rate him. I don't mind. Bring him in. I don't care about price and stuff, whatever. Like, we're not a poor club. Yes.
Price is only relevant if they don't perform well. Same
exactly.
He's like about 20, 21, right?
21 years old.
Yeah, so he's got
investment.
Investment.
I read it was a 6-year plus 1 deal. So essentially, you could get
6 year plus 1.
Yeah,
we're taking a lot of risks, aren't we? Like with these big length contracts, in case they don't work out, then we could be stuck with them.
So it's any players under 25, they want to lock down basically for the chunk, the biggest chunk of their career.
I don't even think that's an American. Well, it is an American thing, but I don't think it's because Marina wanted to do that. But the first player she did it with was with Kepa, who we didn't sign properly. He ended up flopping, and that's why we didn't do it since. Like, if we had signed Allison like we were supposed to, and it had been successful, I think we would have started to do it with our next signings. But it was because it ended up being so bad with Kepa that when we bought Havertz or when we bought Werner, we didn't give them that 7 years or 6 years because.
No, so I think it was wasn't thought about. It was like 5 years the max is really all it was thought about. But if you think about it, it's like if you give someone a 5-year deal and they perform well in the next 2 or 4, you're having to negotiate realistically in 3 years' time, 2.5 times, like halfway through the contract. With 6 years or 7, whatever, you can really leave it till 4 years, even if they play well. It's like, that's great, and that's why I think that they're incentivizing more of the contract as well, so bonuses or something like that. You know, like they do in American sports. You know, if you hit like a certain points total or you win a championship or whatever, you know, you'll get this or something, or you know, stuff like that. But I really think I really want Fofana. Not only do I think, well, Kepa was a buyout clause because Bilbao don't do transfer fees. So.
No, it was. But my point being, like, Marina, like Kepa was the wrong player to do it with. But I understand why giving the 7 years. Like, I understand what you're saying now about what America. Yeah. I understand why, but Kepa was just clearly the wrong guy to do it with.
Yeah, exactly. And I still don't know who scouted Kepa.
Hey, listen, same guy that scouted Bakayoko and said we should buy the and these same guys. Listen,
same fucking guys that done it. But I want Fofana for 2 reasons. I think he is a good player. And he's going to be a good player. I'm not worried about the injury because he looks like he's coming back well from it. I think it's very important that we sign him for the development of Reece James as well, and not overplay Reece this season, given that he is going to go to the World Cup and should be starting as their right wing back. But it's also with the games coming up. We buy Fofana. We don't have to necessarily play Reece every game. You could have Fofana there. You could have Loftus-Cheek there. If we sign Anthony Gordon, you have Anthony Gordon there because you don't need to overload defensively every game because you're just not going to need that. So I would like him to get that because it overall helps the squad out as well. Like you're saying, another quality defender comes in, means that we don't have to play Thiago Silva all the time. We could even shift Fofana over to the left and Kabali in the centre and still have Reece on the right centre-back in some games. You could just do that. Or you bring Chalobah in, whatever. It just helps us and helps Tuchel manage the back, which he couldn't do last season. So when people are like, oh, we're buying all these players, it's a squad game and you need a big squad for the season upcoming. It will take City close this season and next season we'll be champions. Nick very confident there. Marshall, I can see us challenging this season if we get these signings. I'm not there. I'm not there at all. The injury history is concerning. It's a big injury. It's a leg break or an ACL, whatever one it was.
History. It's one injury.
Yeah, it's one injury, guys, and it was a serious injury. But
yeah, like again, I know Fofana's just come back. Like this season, realistically, people are going to say because of the price, he's not playing, and you're going to call him a flop. I already know what rivals are going to do. But for me personally, if he's not playing week in week out, or he's not playing consistently this season, I won't be too mad at it because I'll be thinking because of the injury, you're trying to make sure he's properly recovered. That'll be fine. If it's Chalobah playing right centre back or Reece James playing there quite a bit, I don't mind that. It's fine. Like there's not a problem. That's why probably or Aspie. I don't mind. Like rivals can do what they want, but Chelsea fans just like be realistic and be smart. Don't fall into the trap of what rival fans say.
Yeah. What do you care what other rival fans think?
I really don't.
Yeah.
Like every time when a rival just talks about like, oh, you should be playing this guy more. Why would a rival care how much we play Fofana? Like it's a bit weird actually if they actually care about that. Like I just want what's best for the player. I think there's a good chance we're signing him. If we do sign him, I just want what's best for him.
I think Darwin Núñez looks like a not very good player at the moment. I'm not even bringing his price tag into it because that's just the economics of today. He just looks like a terrible player at this moment in time.
I think he tries too hard sometimes. I feel like when I'm watching him, like, because I've actually watched both games, I feel like he tries a bit too hard sometimes, and players get in his head so easy. Because I was watching, Crystal Palace game. Andreas or whatever his name is, he was getting into his head. Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah. he was getting in his head a lot, and he was like trying to like whack him with his hand. At one point, he missed him, and he headbutted him, and he was like all confused. Like, why am I getting a red card for headbutting a player?
I listen. Okay, Núñez, and I'll put I guess Haaland in this bracket. And let me land before so I can finish this. I'm also going to put like Lukaku and Werner in the same bracket as well, and even Aubameyang in his prime. Like they're all just goal scorers. Their all round play is like, in my opinion, average. Maybe to varying levels. Obviously, Werner being the worst, but their all round play I would say is average. But they're goal scorers. And so long as they're doing their job, scoring goals and getting the odd assist here and there, I don't mind how bad they look on the ball. Like Nunez, he's already scored, I think, 2 goals so far, including the Community Shield. He's already got an assist. Like he's fine. Haaland, he scored 2 goals. He's got an assist, even though got 7 touches of the ball. Like whatever, it's fine. It doesn't look great, but at the end of the season, when they have 25 plus goal contributions, no one's going to be talking about how they stunk up one game. Like for me, all I care about for players like that are only known about goals, I only care about them just scoring goals. The same thing with like what I said last summer about Lukaku. So long as he's just scoring goals, I don't care. But if you're not linking play and doing all the other stuff, because Havertz does all of that and he doesn't score goals. And from right now, if it's one or the other, I'd rather you just score goals.
So with the Gabriel Jesus stuff, I think we just inquired far too late into the deal. I think he was too far down the road with Arsenal, and maybe thought he had a better chance starting more, maybe like starting game upon game with Arsenal, then starting with us. Maybe it's a bit more rotation and everything like that. All right, so we discussed incomings there. Let's discuss a bit of outgoings. So today we have seen a big story about Christian Pulisic being linked to a loan move to Manchester United. Callum Hudson-Odoi has been linked with loan moves away this week. And Ziyech is still being linked around. I'm saying he's been linked around. He's his own agent now, isn't he, essentially? So, where do you want to start? You want to start with Pulisic there, Prime?
Good one to start with.
Yeah, Pulisic. This is kind of, I guess. I like Pulisic. I think there's still a player in him. It's a shame we haven't been able to get the best out of him. But my preference, or my like of him, of a player, in terms of ability, does not cloud my judgment of he hasn't been good for us on a consistent basis. Correct. He does have to go. The links to Man United don't make sense. Like, if he's not doing well for us, it makes them think he's going to do well for Man United, a bigger club. Their fan base is more toxic than we are. Like, look, if he wants to work well, just go back to, I don't know, maybe go back to Dortmund for a season or two and build back your career again, and go somewhere else. Like, because there's still a player in him. In terms of Cho, he might be a player included in that Anthony Gordon deal.
Yeah, maybe.
Frank will play him. He'll play in the forward line because they have no one. Well, they've got Dwight McNeil and Demarai Gray, and he's better than Demarai Gray. Probably. He'd start Everton. And Ziyech, again, another player, good riddance. I said this, Andrew, remember? Before we bought him, I said...
Yeah, you did say it.
I made a bet with Monster.
You sound happy.
I made a bet with Monster and... Shut up, I made a bet with Monster and Gem that if this guy gets the golden boot the season we bought him, I will do a forfeit. The guy wasn't even our top assister that season. Like,
wait, they expect a golden boot.
Oh no, I said if he gets golden boot, I was that confident.
You knew you was gonna win that. You knew you'd win that.
No, I knew. Yeah, because I know he's not good. Like good riddance is
he was never gonna be top scorer in the Premier League.
I said top assister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but whatever. Who cares? Either way, he can go. And this Anthony guy we're also linked with, we don't need him.
Yeah.
Like he's just a flick and trick Ziyech. Like he's not good.
Yeah. I said that. I said I don't want to buy someone straight out the Dutch league. I want him to go somewhere else first.
Yeah. But my only
go to France.
My only thing about Anthony would be the guy's very young, so maybe he would have a year or two where he can be molded into something.
I'm not paying 80 million.
Oh no, I don't agree with the price tag. I don't want him,
Yeah.
but I'm just making devil's advocate because my thing with Ziyech was you're 27 years old or 26 years old, about to enter your prime. Why is it that you've been linked to Man United, Chelsea, and Arsenal in the past, and no one's bought you up until now? There has to be a problem with you because you're playing in the Eredivisie. That's why I didn't want that.
Yeah, and let me rephrase that. I don't think Anthony's worth 80 million. Not that I would pay for it, fine. That's up to you. But I don't think he's worth that because he plays in the Dutch league. I need to see him outside. So I'm not going to spend. I wouldn't pay if I was to say I wouldn't pay 80 million, and then you're like stuck with a different type with a situation paying 80. Well, that could be any transfer really, but I just don't think Anthony doing one in the Dutch league. I'm not impressed. It's like saying you've done well in the Scottish league. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, that's great. Move on. Next. But Pulisic, listen, it's looking like that first lockdown Pulisic is an aberration. Like, this is the normal Pulisic. Because you can say he hasn't got a run of games or anything like that. The thing is, he's had a lot of injuries now. And they seem to take him out for a while as well. And little knocks here and there. You go, we'll be back in a few weeks, and then a month after that, he's still not back. And then it's like when he starts, he just doesn't look interested or can't hardly get in. He actually does a bit better when he comes on from the subs bench, really, in some games. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't think Tuchel like I said to Chris, I don't think Tuchel likes this attack at all. That's why he's trying to get rid of all of them. He don't. Apart from a couple like Havertz and
with Havertz, I think he's a bit nice of Havertz.
Yeah, but apart from him and Sterling, if you want to mount in the attack, that's up to you. I really don't.
He just likes Mount in general.
I think he just doesn't know. I mean, Lukaku's gone, Werner's gone. He's trying to get rid of Ziyech, Cho, and Pulisic. It's just one of those things. Chris, did you discuss Pulisic?
I haven't, but
Okay, go on.
Yeah. We should try sell him to United for like 50, 60 million. Corn the LeBron James of football. Just try market him really well. Soccer, yeah. Just get Todd Bowley, try market him, show him the video of he's the next LeBron. But yeah, he's been here for how long now? 3 years?
4? 19. So he's entered his fourth season.
He's been here for a while now, and the best moment he showed is lockdown when he came out, and that's it. Like he had a good the semi-final against Real Madrid. Yeah, he had another great moment there.
It was good the first leg.
He's more of a moments player for us. Like he's had great moments, and like he said, like people said he doesn't get the minutes and all that, but when he does actually get to start a couple of games, he don't show it enough. But when he comes on as a bench player, he shows it better. I don't know what it is. Like he's a better bench player to me. Coming off because maybe he has the legs for it or the pace, the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But yeah, he's not. I don't think he's not worked out at Chelsea. And I don't think he is going to work out at Chelsea. He's what? I know he's quite young, still 22. I just don't. I just still don't see it with him. I could be wrong, but him going to United, I don't think I'm going to be proven wrong. Or Chelsea fans or Chelsea are going to be proven wrong with him going to United anyway. I think it's a dead move for him. That team is in shambles. They're in a mess. They're in the worst mess they've ever been in for a very, very long time. I'm all good with it.
Could he be involved in the Everton deal?
That's a bit depressing for him to go to Everton.
I'm just saying. You never know. Right?
I'm going to England to go to Chelsea, and then a few years later, relegation fight in Everton.
Think about it. He's right. Maybe
he won't accept
it. 53. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's somehow involved in the Everton deal. Maybe on loan. Maybe something like that.
On loan, maybe he might accept it, but he won't accept a permanent move to Everton. No way. It's too much of a dead team to be at. I think he'd rather go back to Germany or somewhere else, to go to Everton.
Yeah,
but yeah. Move along. I think just move him along in a few years, loan, sell.
Yeah,
move along.
I think you're right. I think if someone wants to buy him, they'll sell him.
I'm done with most of the attack.
yeah. What about speaking of attack? What about Cho? Linked apparently to go out on loan, but maybe even a permanent. Maybe would you be?
I'll be open for a permanent with him.
Be open for permanent? Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm done with him as well. It's not. I don't know if it's down to him. That injury, I think I like the pre-injury show. I actually thought he had good potential when he came in. He wasn't afraid. He wasn't afraid to take on play. He wasn't afraid to do all this other things. But now, I'm not sure if the injuries played like fucked his mind or just his legs don't run the same way.
Yeah.
He's just not there. He's got 4 goals in his entire career at Chelsea or something. He doesn't get many assists. It doesn't really help our attack, and 120k or whatever he's on, it's just too much for a player like he doesn't offer. Tammy offered way more than him, and we got rid of Tammy. So Cho is no difference to me.
Chris, don't lie on Marshall's channel.
Pardon?
Don't lie on Marshall's channel.
What have I lied about?
I don't know.
I lied about what? Cho just doesn't. He just does nothing, and I still be fine with. But if we get a permanent deal, I'd be fine with 20 million. I'd be fine with. I know we could have got 35 or whatever to buy Unic before his injury, but that's too risky back then. We didn't know what player he's going to turn out to be, and it turns out he became a shit player.
Tell you what, some of these guys on the Chelsea fan base should go into PR because the way they big him up and everything like that, they should charge.
I see. He gets way more prop for Werner. I know Werner. Okay, he didn't work out. He misses all this, that, the other. But Werner's still a better player than him. Okay, not like technical ability. Okay, technical, technique and everything. Cho beats him, but outputs and everything, and just being more useful to the squad, Werner's still better.
So Werner was on about 272k a week.
Yeah.
At Chelsea.
He was on too much. That's the problem.
Far too much. And the reason he took a pay cut.
Yeah.
Because he's probably earned more. He's probably earned more from us. He's ever going to earn in his life. Prime's gone. I'm not sure if he'll be back. But who's the last one? Ziyech. Obviously Ziyech.
Oh yeah.
He's now his own agent. Linked with Man United and AC Milan. I think he needs to just go to another country.
Go to Serie A. Would be a good league for him. I think.
Serie A, the pace of Serie A would suit him very much. Yeah.
Very, very good league for him. He can play for any team in that Serie A team. I think he's a good player, but he just doesn't suit our system or the Premier League, whatever it is. I thought his link up was actually good of Timo when them two played together, but obviously. Timo didn't work out. He hasn't really worked out.
No.
So, but I would get rid of him as well. 20 million, around 20 million, whatever. It's fine. We bought him for 30-something million. Yeah. So it's not much of a loss. The wages probably weren't that high. So I'd get rid of Ziyech as well. It's just nothing personal with him either. Most of our attack is just dead. We just need a revamp of a new attack. What Tuchel likes, Todd Bowley likes.
Yeah. No, you're
new
right.
attack.
So that's it, essentially.
Yeah.
That's it, essentially. All the news, rumours at the moment. Aubameyang, £22 million, is about 27 million euros, has gone in. Whether it's going to be accepted or not is another thing. Probably find out more tomorrow. But like I said, I want to thank Prime for being on. Real Chris for being on. I know he stayed a bit longer than even he said he would do, so I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you've forgotten, didn't you? That's what you forgot.
No, I knew. I knew it's going to ended in a few. So
those of you who've been locked in from the beginning, those of you locked in with us in and out, or those of you who are going to see it, please like the video, share it, subscribe if you haven't done already. We're near to 1.3k subs. I want to get higher, obviously. Follow us. You can see my out there, and Real Chris is literally at Real Chris.
Yeah, Real Chris, 2 zeros, I think.
2 zeros, something like that, yeah. But, we'll be back. I believe we'll be back Sunday. Obviously, Chelsea play at 2 p.m. UK time, so we should be back Sunday. I don't know what time yet. Obviously, when you subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications bell on as well, because then you'll know. Prime back for us, just wrapping up. like I say, Prime, do you want to shout out anything that you're doing or coming up or?
Yeah. Follow me on socials and stuff. Especially TikTok. I post a lot of stuff on there and on Instagram. I'm on the terrace. On here. At times. Lewis's channel.
Yeah.
Barcelona City. Never a foul. This expands. Yeah, just follow me on socials. You'll know stuff I'm doing. I like if I'm on stream or anything, I will like tweet it out or post it on Instagram.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for locking in with us. Really appreciate it. Like I said, we're going to be back Sunday with the review of the Leeds game and any more transfer news. Hopefully we smash Leeds. Maybe even Aubameyang or Fofana may be involved somehow. That'd be great, right? But like I said, I want to thank you for tuning in. I know there's other channels on everything, so we want to thank you. We're blessed. And as a great man once said, be well and don't do drugs. Have a great day.